So it has now been about 9 months since I packed up my life, sold most of my shit, and I moved to France. And I've been thinking about some of the things that I wish I would have known before making the decision, or maybe more accurately is to say, I wish I would have paid more attention to than I did. Not that I wouldn't have made the decision to move, because I absolutely would have, but no one really talks about this middle part of a big move, a big transition, which is like the emotional roller coaster that happens, whether you've retired, whether you've moved to France, whether it's a divorce. And I really wish I would have paid more attention to some of the things. The three biggest things are: one, the honeymoon period, the excitement of it all. Wow. Once you make the decision or take the step or make the move, in my case, that honeymoon period kind of wears off sooner than you'd expect. Everyone's like, oh my God, you're living the dream. You're living in France. And meanwhile, I'm, sitting on the floor eating a bag of potato chips, wondering what the F did I do to my life? That disconnect is real and it's jarring. And second, I was already in the middle of a transition. I had left my work a few years before. My marriage had ended quite recently. I lost my best boy, little Pablo, my four-legged baby. And those were already in play. So this wasn't just one transition. So think about, if you're making a big step or making a big move, pay attention to the other things that are going on in your life. It's not a step you're making in isolation. I wish I would have spent more time making myself aware of all of the things that I'm going to be arriving in France with, not just a suitcase, but a lot of the changes that have been going on before kind of are still in play and in process when I get here. There's a saying that I've heard a million years ago, but it sticks with me because it is, no matter where you go, there you are. You cannot run away or leave behind shit that's already in play and in process. You still have to continue the process of what's going on. And third is the grief. It can show up in the weirdest ways and the weirdest places. For example, I could not find the word for breadcrumbs in the Leclerc, and trying to ask for help finding the breadcrumbs just tipped me over the edge. And the word is chapelure. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that correctly to this day, but bursting into tears in front of the poor clerk at Leclerc looking for breadcrumbs kind of took me by surprise. But not that you will burst into tears in front of a grocery store clerk, but still, honor the grief. Know that it's there and it's something you have to process. It's something that you can't just shove away. So look, I do not regret making this move, and I do not regret this journey that I am still on, but it has led me to develop this program, Wayfinding, that helps women process through this middle part of making a big step, making a big change. And I call it the Wayfinder method. I'm guiding a very small group through this method, and we're starting on April 17th. And if you're interested, there's a link in the description. No pressure at all. But if you've gone through something similar, drop it in the comments. I read every single one. My name is Linnell, and I am glad you're here. I will talk with you guys again soon.